Hi, welcome back to Insurance 101. I am actually doing this particular video because of a meeting that I actually just left. Now, I'm going to call this video Reports That Insurance Companies Run. I had a client who I had written auto insurance for. Then, whatever the reason, she decided that she wanted to go ahead and take her business to Geico. So now here it is. She took her business to Geico. Upon leaving, she asked me, what do I think? So I advised her of exactly what coverages in order to carry. So therefore, when she decides, because I know exactly what happens, I started my career off at Geico. So when she decides that she's actually going to come back to me, that I would be able to get her insurance companies that actually get her a decent rate. Now, when she left, she told me, I made sure that I told her, make sure that your bodily injury is 100,000 per person, 300,000 per accident, property damage 50,000, max out your PIP, so on and so forth. So I gave her specific instructions. Okay. Now, here it is. You come back to me. Now you're asking me exactly what it is that you need. You're telling me that you want me to now requote you. No problem. So I am here to let you know that you cannot get anything past an insurance agent for the simple fact that we do something called what? A, due diligence. B, rerun reports. Okay. Now here it is. You done wasted my time, or I don't even want to say wasted. Let me pull that back. But now here it is. I sit up here, give you the instructions on what it is that you to carry. Now I now run something called a current carrier report. That current carrier is going to give me the following information. It gives me the policy period, the policy status, letting me know if the policy is active, enforced, canceled, reinstatements, or if there are any type of lapse of insurances. It also lets me know what coverage limits you carry. It actually gives me vehicle information, then also insurance discounts in some cases. Now here it is. I run that same auto on that 100-300 stating that this is what your prior was. Now you asked me to quote you, and here it is. I'm quoting you. Pull that current carrier disclosure report. And what do you have? Oh my God, unbeknownst to me, you have the state minimum, 25,000 per person, 50,000 per accident. Now here it is. When I quoted you stating that you had the higher limits, your premium was coming up to what? $4,000 a year, due to the fact that literally you decided that you wanted to go ahead and carry the state minimum. Now, based upon those reports, the insurance company that I ran you with now wants to charge you $8,000 a year. So this is why I say to my insured, first of all, when you come and ask me anything, don't ask me unless you want my real advice, and do not come back to me after you screw it up, okay? Because this is exactly what now you've done. You've screwed yourself. So here it is. You think that no one's going to find out. We always find out. So the name of this segment is Reports That Insurance Carriers or Brokers Run. So as you know, current carrier report is one of them. So another one is called your insurance score. Your insurance score is basically a compilation of, I want to say, your credit reports, late payments, so on and so forth. And this basically gives you like the tiering where the insurance company will probably tier you. There is something called a disclosure report. You know why? Because believe it or not, everyone in the insurance industry, I'm going to tell you now, we all think that you're liars. Every single insured that sits down at our desk, we automatically think that they're lying. Just like when a lawyer sits down and talks to you, that lawyer never believes 100% of anything that you say, for the simple fact that we've been doing this for way too long, and we find out what? Everything. Okay, so now here it is on that disclosure report. It actually gives me personal identification information. It'll give me that property ownership, the deed ownership, bankruptcy history, criminal and lien data. So people think that they're hiding stuff, letting me know, oh, I'm the owner of the house, the deed is in my name, so on and so forth. You're not hiding anything. You know why? Because I have access to LexisNexis. Okay, So now, we already went over current carrier. Now, here it is. Certain insurance companies will actually give you a discount for low mileage. So you automatically think that, oh, you know what, I'll be able to trick the insurance company. Only thing I have to do is provide them with a copy of, let's say, an oil change from last year, or, whenever it was, or every time you get the vehicle registered, I'll just give them a copy of what, inspected. I'll give them a copy of what that inspection said last year, and then I'll give them a copy of the inspection on what it says, whatever, or my friend Keith will finagle the numbers for me on that inspection report. Wrong. We no longer trust our insureds to do the right thing, for the simple fact that we have seen so much fraud go on, okay, that we now actually run something called a mileage report. And believe it or not, because all your cars are electronic, we have access to that information. There is also something called a vehicle registration report, which I love this. This is the one thing that I love, because the vehicle has to be registered, titled, and insured. All three of those things must match, especially in the state of New York. Here it is. People are always trying to insure a vehicle for their boyfriend or their girlfriend. So now here it is. I go and you want to switch from an insurance company because they decide to drop you, but you know that you don't need to quite re-register that vehicle yet. So you finagle it and say, hey, the car is in my name. Go ahead and get the insurance underneath your name. But boom, we go ahead and bind the policy. It comes back that that vehicle is registered in such and such's name. Now you have to provide us with proof of registration. And what ends up happening is, when you provide us with proof of registration and it has Julio's name on it, or hose A or hose B's name on it, and then it's not you, Yolanda's name on it, what do? We keep the premium that we've already charged you, but we will cancel the policy. Okay, so these are things that you get yourself all caught up in, and we automatically tell you, do not hold or do not go ahead and hide these things. I say these things for a reason. There is something also called a clue report. Guess what? Most of you have no clue that we actually run these reports, because that clue report will now give me any type of accident that you've been in. It'll also give me all accidents that happened in the household. And it also gives me anybody who would have actually used that address to actually have mail come to the house, or anything registered there at all. It's almost like running a skip trace. If I decide that I need to hem you up and get a PI involved or whatever, and find out somebody to serve you papers with. So these are the things that I tell you not to hide, and you continue to do it anyway. So now, I am a licensed agent in the state of New York. I actually do life and health, and there's something called an MIB for the life and health side. It's called a medical insurance bureau. So only thing we have to do, everybody goes, no, I don't take this. No, I don't have that. But lo and behold, now I'm Googling, or I go into the MIB, and you take all this medication, and I find out that you're crazy. And now I can't even get you that term life policy that you asked for. Or what about the people who tell me, no, I'm not a smoker, but now I send the person to draw your labs or your blood to your home, and now here it is. Oh, what? It pops up that you are a smoker. Someone says to me, oh, well, I'm not really a smoker. I smoke occasionally, so on and so forth. FYI, if you smoke occasionally, when it comes to insurance, you are considered to be a smoker. So if you don't want to be considered to be a smoker, then what you need to do is don't smoke at least how many months prior to your medical exam. People don't get it. So what it is I am an insurance broker licensed in the state of New York. I have been doing this for over 15 years. You cannot get over me, and you cannot get around me. First of all, you can see the width of me. So therefore, you know you're not getting over or around me. So again, if you have any questions, or when you do call me, because a lot of you do, you call me all the time, and you actually send me stuff through my Instagram and through my Facebook, I am letting you know now, do not contact me unless you are willing to do exactly what I'm said. For the simple fact that I have gone to school for this. So I cannot stand people who sit down at my desk and want to argue with me and tell me what it is. So my first question to you is, why did you come to me in the first place? So I want to say thank you so much for watching Insurance 101. I'm going to go and calm down just a little bit because I should have not been blindsided in that meeting that I just went to. But hey, it's okay. You win some, you lose some. But again, I will tell some people to keep their business elsewhere, because if you basically are not concerned about protecting your assets, then I can't be more concerned for you than you are for yourself. But I want you to have an amazing day. And again, when talking insurance coverages, you always want to make sure that you check with your local agents, your local brokers, or your state laws in your state to see what is applicable to you. But I want everyone to have a blessed day.